Greetings, one and all, and welcome back to another thrilling episode of Seeking the Hidden Realms. I am your GM for the evening, Joshua McGregor. My pronouns are he, him, and I am joined by this group of wonderful people. Say hello, wonderful people!
Hello, wonderful people!
Huzzah! We have Daisy.
Hello, I'm Daisy. I play Ravenel, and both our pronouns are she, her.
We've got Dendro.
Hello, am I Dendro? I am Kieran, who plays Dendro, and we both use he, him pronouns.
And Alberta.
I'm Alberta. I play Suzie Coin, and we both use she, her pronouns.
Indeed. Well, to recap, that's a good place to start, Kieran, because we discovered last session that
Did we?
Dendro, well, it was revealed to the audience, rather,
Yes.
that Dendro is not what he appears, and is in fact an extension of a being called Gymnopus, the Cerebroblex, who has been encountered by Ravenall during this adventure before.
We met.
You had a bit of a conversation with the spirit of the world, Piano Shrem, who offered some advice for Gymnopus going forward, and sort of left that in your hands. You will eventually have to pay tribute, and what that is up to you. Cautioned you against taking only, instead taking some and giving some back.
Yes.
You made your way from Wild Folk's Folly through the woods, encountering a grove where trees had grown around a Juthrin face dancer warforged. Encountering Gorban Cole, the wild magic sorcerer, and helping him to calm his wild magic surges by absorbing that magic into Ravenall, further exacerbating your unstable mutations. And having that conversation with one of the Myconids, a piano shrem. You then made your way to the watchtower, built from the ruins of Artheon's castle, one of the Esmeran gods of old, which the top had been shorn off by a giant town-sized spaceship, the Lug, which had crash-landed after the battle in the Inalosa Nebula, where you saw it last time. You discovered that there is a coalition of sorts, an alliance between the bullywugs of the Lug, the Wild Guard of the Watchtower, and the crew of the Damsel, the two high-level bounty hunters in Beatrice the Brute and Tina Dane the Tactician Minotaur. But then something strange started to happen to Suzie. Suzie started to take damage out of seemingly nowhere, and after accepting a vial of strange liquid from Dendro, found herself, and along with the Cerebroblex,
Yep, you took me.
inside of a dark void in which two figures stand. And that is where we are now. Ravenall, you have just seen Suzie Coin and Dendro's eyes roll back in their heads, and they have fallen flat on the ground. Is there any action that you would like to take before we head on in and see what's going on in there?
Make them comfy.
That's nice.
Thank you.
Put a pillow under their heads and just make sure they're comfortable.
Absolutely. Yes. You make them comfy, and even as you do, you feel just a bit of fuzziness in your limbs. You feel just like a little shake you can't quite get rid of. A little tingling in your nerves, as though after a limb has fallen asleep and is waking up. Something's going on. But we will leave that for now, and we will go into the mind of Suzie Coin. We stand here, the two figures before you, Two men, both fair of feature, looking very human in appearance, but radiating a power beyond either of you. The one in green attire with green eyes, seemingly holding the other figure, the more demonic figure, in a cage of runes. But even as you look, and that figure starts speaking to Suzie about how her death is his, that figure inside seems to push against his cage and starts to push itself, ripping away at its cage. But, Suzie, this is not the only thing that you are looking at. Those figures you have seen before, the figure near to you is new. A being with a luminous core around enormous gray matter, a gelatinous red pulsating body amorphous around it. Waves a tendril at you.
The fuck?
What? Don't focus on this right now. The fuck is that?
I have a question.
Yes.
This question is the voice of this being. Is it Dendro's voice?
Kieran, that's up to you.
I feel like when I speak as this form, it will always be in different voices. It'll still be in the same language, but from the different voices of people that have joined me. Not that I can recreate that, so just imagine. It's different voices.
Female, male voices intertwined. Dendro's is in and weaves in and amongst them. But there are plenty of others here.
Yeah.
Dendro?
Yeah, you can come in that if you'd like. It's still me. I mean, it's still me on the outside. This is inside your head. I mean, this is what you made me look like.
Okay. What do you want me to call you?
Well, I mean, Dendro is still fine. That hasn't changed.
Okay.
Okay.
Dendro, what the fuck is happening? What did you give to me?
Well, I gave you a vial, right? So that I could see inside of your mind.
What was in the vial, Dendro?
Just liquid.
And
And hey,
you this is not normal for you. I will say, Gymnopus, Dendro.
Yeah.
I'll call you
Yeah.
Dendro for now.
yeah.
This is not the usual way this process goes.
No, I've never had to do this.
You've
before.
never had to do this. There's not usually a need for communication, and certainly not the entirety of your conscious focus coming to bear when this has happened. Usually, you give the liquid to somebody, and that bond is made, and that person is bonded to you. That's simple enough.
Mhm.
But you have been almost brought here. There's obviously something weird going on. You also don't know what this is.
No. Look, Suzie. If we can just focus on this, and I guess two tentacles kind of wave towards the two large people doing the weird shit in the corner. We can, if we could deal with that
So
and then
you,
get back to our bodies, then I can answer any questions you have.
you didn't make this?
This I did. This man is talking about your death.
It's mine. And you
Apparently it's
see,
his.
the green figure is almost like repelled and forced to, that sphere almost becomes like a wall instead, and as the sort of demonic figure breaks out and like bangs on this like wall, and this green figure is like before you, back to you, holding this other force back.
That's going on not because of me.
Oh, fuck.
What do you know about that, Suzie? We gotta work together here.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hi, Green Man! I start shouting.
Head turns to you, and give me insight checks, if you'd be so kind here.
Who's doing the insight here, Josh?
You may use your real stat block. Yeah!
Oh. Oh, that's a 12. I'm freaked the fuck out.
You are freaked the fuck out, and you just see this like being turned towards you. You can't read their expression. Oh!
Oh, that's disgusting. What's 19 plus 14?
Oh,
33.
33!
That's my insight.
This being turns towards you at your words, and on a 33 is a supernatural quantity of insight. This being turns towards you, and there's like a flickering, almost you see an awakening as something that has been not fully conscious comes into that and looks at you and speaks maybe its first words ever. Holds back this force. This isn't right. None of this is... Looks at Suzie. And you see like tears well up in his eyes. Couldn't save anyone else. So sorry. I promise it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna protect you. I'm not gonna let him get you. It's not right what happened. What is this thing? What are you? Looks at you, Dendro.
I'm her friend. You gotta focus.
I can't...
You can.
I've been able to keep him locked up for all of this time.
That's
but
great.
we're in his place of power now. I'm not going to be able to fully subdue him, but I don't want you to worry. I'm going to protect you. Things are going to be okay, I promise.
Listen, have you got a name?
I'm Aranor. Or
Aranor.
something like him.
Susie's hurting on the outside.
Yeah,
Bad.
yes. My brother wants her dead. And has done for a long time, I think.
And we gotta stop that.
You have to take her away from here. Wherever you are, it's feeding him. It's his place of power. Suzie. This being beside you, it's altering your brain chemistry. It's changing your physiology in minute ways. Is that something that you are comfortable with? I can purge it from your body.
What the fuck are you doing, Dendro?
We wouldn't have learned this if I didn't do what I do. I asked you to trust me.
I trust you. I'm not blaming you. I just would like to understand what's going on so I can answer. And then we leave.
as a byproduct, you will end up helping me with my goals, same as I am here helping everyone else with their goals. That is it. You can tell him to get rid of me, and then we can go back, and then you can move away from this area and maybe not die.
And if I don't, will you be offended if I get rid of you? Or hurt?
Well, no, I wouldn't.
The hesitation answers it for her. It makes
I wouldn't
it
get
makes-
hurt, but I would still appreciate cooperation.
Okay. I trust you. I look back at Aaron and I'm having trouble making eye contact.
Are you okay? It's all gonna be alright. I know, he's terrifying. You're not gonna let him hurt you.
She's looking at this being that has brought so much pain. And he's being so kind to her. And she knows that he doesn't know what he becomes. You don't have to purge it from my system. It's all right. I trust my friend here.
Okay. Okay. Before you go, you need to understand what's happening here.
Okay.
My brother put a curse on a pack reel on your city to raise it to nothing and kill everybody inside. What you're seeing isn't him. It is that piece of him.
Yeah.
Divestment of his power and his
you're...
will. And I did everything I could to undo what he did to contain it, to save someone. Anyone. And I've been keeping him locked away. I haven't been conscious for this time. I will do whatever I can to protect you.
Thank you for that.
Of course. And this being of substantial power looks at you again, Dendro. Understand me, thing. I will not allow you to destroy her.
Not my goal.
And if you attempt it, it will be you that is unmade. Are we understood?
All clear.
When I go, that thing is unleashed. And you have bound yourself to her. And it will come for you, and you will not withstand it. With that said, go. Help each other. Again, I am so sorry.
Dendro, I want to get out of here.
Any way we can. I don't know how we got in here.
And even as Arceon's curse bears down and this becomes more of a dome of protection around you than a bifurcated section, and this demon pounds on this, trying to get at you. Go, get as far away from here as you can. And you both awaken back into your...
look
Is-
around and take in my surround. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to ask if Beatrice is around.
If Beatrice is around, Beatrice
Yeah.
will show up in just 1 second. Not to hit you with this while you're in the middle of a thing, my love. You gain the following bond to be added to your character sheet. I must help the Cerebroblex to survive and to achieve its goals.
Well, thank you.
And you feel a relief coming back into yourself and a rush of gratitude towards and just like a release of dopamine towards Dendro and towards this being that you know he is one part of. As you feel this desire in you, you know that the most important thing, one of your reasons for being now, is to help the Cerebroblex to survive and to carry on and in whatever its goals do end up being. And you, Dendro, take that warning that if you try to kill Suzie, you will die. And if Eranor's blessing is removed from Suzie, the curse will consume you as well as her.
That is not desirable. Aranor?
Yes. So these are basically what this is there is a living blessing subduing a living curse inside of Suzie, which is one of the reasons why this curse has been so difficult to detect in your past, Suzie, because it is being actively subdued by an overlaid magic. And so, yes, I will throw that in our little chat here. Eranor's blessing and Arceon's curse. And you, to check in with Suzie and how she's feeling right now, tell me what's going on in Susie's emotional state of mind right now.
That sense of relief combined with the dopamine, and the gratefulness she feels towards Dendro, is making it so that she can at least semi-function and not just cry and have a panic attack. And she looks over at Dendro and she says, "Thank you, thank you, thank you."
Doesn't matter right now. You need to get away from this place.
Okay.
I did. No, you've got your wristband. Go.
Okay. I look at Ravenhall and Georg, who's invisible. And I go, I'll keep in contact with you. I'll see if someone here has a way of sending No, they can't send messages.
Your wrist pad gives you a little beep. You sent a message last session
I
to
did.
Wild Folks Folly. Little ping comes up. Message not sent.
I gotta go. I've gotta go. Is that okay with everybody?
I know.
I don't want to go. I want to help you guys. Fuck.
How are you feeling right now? Are you Is Susie deteriorating as we speak?
Yes.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, she is.
What if you went and got the ship?
Okay. Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a
Would
great
that
idea.
work?
Yeah, it'll probably piss off the spirit, the Silt Mother, but we'll see. I will do that. It'll take me 4 hours to get back, but I will do that.
That's a bit far.
Beatrice comes in and goes, "Hold on there, Susie." A little like extension limb with a syringe comes out and just like jabs you in the arm. You are going to gain 21 temporary hit points.
Woo! Sexy. Thank you.
Yes.
You're right. Well, tell me exactly when this started.
About when my nose started bleeding.
All right.
What we
So
got here?
it's
Yeah. It's
connected to Arsiana's castles kind of thing.
yeah.
Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we can still get everyone's plan on board. If you head out, right, get out away from the castle right now, go out. You had some kind of plan for stopping the buck?
We had ideas, yeah.
We had ideas.
I started dying before we settled on anything.
Figure them out on the route, get into the tree line and as far away, sort of on the route as you can. When you feel like you're not dying anymore, that's sort of the radius that you should keep from the castle, right?
All right.
Alright. I'm gonna load you up. Who has the mushrooms among you people? You started chewing on those.
The invisible person.
The invisible person takes the mushrooms. How many you got?
I didn't mark it down because
I think it was
Pinocchio
8.
got it.
I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
She like super fast synthesizes those into we're gonna roll a d4.
As she's doing this, I say, "You're so fucking cool, Beatrice. Just so you know, if I die, I want you to know that I think you're so fucking cool. I think you're an inspiration, and it's an honor to have known you. And if I live, I want you to help me mod out my gun, please. Consider that my dying right now wish."
Listen, I've got 4 more of these syringes. I can super quick get you what you need. Throws a couple of tech daggers to Ravenol and Pure Georg. Throws a find vehicle technomancy spell at Dendro. Goes, tell me super quick what you want to make.
I would like to gain a long range of my gun, and so I want to extend the barrel, maybe put, like, it's not going to be quite a sight because I'm not going to be holding it up to my face, but further on, just a little, like, reticle or something, like just like a point sticking up, and I want to change...
You want a laser pointer?
Well, I mean, that would be cool, but yeah. And I want right now I have an ability to kind of and shoot a bunch at once. I have sort of the
Give me a
capacity.
gun.
There you go. I have sort of the capacity to do one of those large modifications on it, and I want to change it. I know that there's one I've had on it in the past that's done electrical damage, line of electrical damage, line of lightning damage, alright? And I want that right now, please.
Hands it back to you in that amount of time.
Thank you.
You guys have 4 syringes, which, when injected, will give you 2d12 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
Those mushrooms are gone.
Okay. I say Susie carries those.
Yeah.
Because if she feels woozy, she'll probably drink one, or take one, or inject one, or whatever
Alrighty.
it is.
Alrighty. Thank you. Are you guys gonna come with me to the edge of the radius? And we can talk there, or no? Maybe just temporarily. Maybe just temporarily we do that. We sort out a plan and then we go. Then
Yeah.
you can come back. I'm dying. I have to talk quickly. He keeps rolling every round.
Let's go.
Okay, thank you.
They're just finishing off repelling another attack that began while you guys were there. They finished shooting the last ones as you just run full tilt away from this place.
As we're going, can I just shout? Spogink is a dick.
Oh, that's not fair. We're all working together now.
You know what you did.
I apologize for that. All right. And Worf goes, "Oh, everybody, let's let bygones be bygones. What do you say?"
We're out of here.
Bye. In the time it takes you to get to the edge of this radius, essentially, you're going. I'm assuming you're dashing.
Oh, yeah.
So it is 4 rounds before you stop experiencing the effects. First round, you take 11 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Second round, you take 1 point of psychic damage.
Okay.
And every round, you have an opportunity to take another syringe if you would like to.
I will take one now.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm using up the fucking mushrooms, you guys. Gain back 9.
Survive, Suzie! You're way too cool yourself to die here.
I can die happy now.
Has a megaphone. It's the high-level artificer. Next round, you take 1 point of psychic damage.
Okay.
And last round, you take 12 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And you feel the difference as something inside of you stabilizes and your skin starts to regain its color. And Suzie looks a little bit less dead.
That's good.
Yeah. And you are in the woods east of the watchtower. You are in the territory of the Buck of Autumn, but you do not see anything yet. And you are free to talk here.
Wait,
What
which
your next
way?
moves are.
Which way did we run? Do we run further into the woods rather than like back the way we came?
Oh, well, do you want to have headed back? Do you want to have headed back the way you came?
Which way would we have gone?
I was thinking that we would probably head south back the way we came.
All right, then yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Um.
So you are back in sort of that area.
What we know is safe territory.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
She just sort of finds a fallen tree and just sits down on it. Sorry about that, you guys.
Susie's got a demon inside of her.
You're not a demon.
Susie's got an angry man.
It's like some sort of like reflection of the magic. It's the magic. It's a personified magic of an Ismarin.
Magic man.
There's a magic man. But there's a good magic man in there as well.
Well,
You were so quick to...
well,
Alright, there's a green
there's a
in
magic
there.
man in there who's helping me as of this point of time in his power. But a lot can happen in that time, and he can gain power. Aranor is holding back the curse that befell me when Epacriel fell. Because I was there when that
Yes.
happened.
And that's why you don't die?
Well, I'm pretty sure the situation is Arceon's. What I think it. Arceon wants my death to be his. So I think that's why the other deaths don't stick. And Aranor's keeping the curse from actually killing me. I think.
We'll go ahead and roll an Arcana check if you'd be so good. Sort of discern what you think might be going on here.
It could also be that, like, Aranor's just keeping me from dying. He can't, like, specify which situation. I don't know. Yeah, it's a 13.
Yeah, you're theorizing, speculating.
I don't know.
And then being close to the tower.
Well, Arceon used to hang out there a lot in his moody days.
Right. So being near his home or his hangout place is like there's a stronger imprint there for him because he's
Yeah.
inside of you. But
Yeah, I think so. Kind of his domain. You know,
it's like,
because the Esmerans, they weren't gods. They weren't gods. They weren't. They like people to believe they were, but they weren't. And casually, I might refer to them as gods because they had like a little power. They weren't gods, but they, you know how with gods they kind of have, like, if you try and tread on one's territory and you're another god, they're like, I think maybe this is something like that. Like Aranor's or Arceon's like, this is my territory, so I can do what I want. It's my house. We can play what I want to play.
so how do we make it not his house? Could we like throw some mud around, sprinkle some salt?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, just because like you're not dying now, which is great,
Yeah.
right? But like we need to maybe go that way to deal with the buck,
Yeah.
and you can't go that way.
I have a question for the DM.
Yeah.
How far away was I? Like, how far away from, say, the tree line are we? Like, did we have to go?
It honestly was not terribly far away that you needed to be from the castle. You've spent like 4 or 5 rounds moving it 60 feet around, so let's make it an even 300 feet.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, like I could attack from in here, but the whole point is to draw him out to the castle so that people can actually shoot him.
Yeah, the castle that you can't go near.
Yeah.
And there's still some trees in the way, so there'd be at least a little bit of cover.
Fucking. But that doesn't matter for me now. I took a feat. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not thinking too clearly right now.
What do you think, Ravenel?
Could we lure him halfway between both? Attack on both sides?
I don't know. I mean, you wanted to you weren't going to summon him, was you? He was going to end up summoning you, and we decided that was a bad decision. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
What if you had backup?
Yeah. Can you take us with you?
You
I do.
knowing fairy etiquette, there's no reason. Like if you request a meeting with a fellow fae, there's no reason not to bring your entourage. Like,
Yeah, we're your entourage.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
How big could said entourage be? Just rock up with the army like,
Yeah.
hi.
Just bring the lug.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Roll me a history check with advantage.
It'll be a 22.
Incredible.
Ooh.
The Fae sort of like operate by these rules, more out of like a shared sense of, you know, we have to be able to meet one another without war breaking out, at any given time. And so the rule isn't don't bring your army. In fact, the more people you show up with, the more status you are projecting. It actually might be a benefit to bring everyone with you. The thing is that if you request an audience with another Fae, unprovoked violence is a faux pas, to say the least. You will be putting you might get away with it for this one, but you'll never be able to request an audience with another fairy again. But you can always meet with the buck and request a duel. And
God.
the conditions of that duel are negotiable between the two Fae. Usually the one who is challenged gets to make the first sort of qualifier on what the combat is, and usually that is like what the combat will involve, whether it's swords or magic or blah 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 blah. And then both parties can choose who will represent them in their conflict.
Ask to do a limbo competition. He's real tall. You could probably just walk under the stick yourself. Do you?
Well, that would be if he challenged you. If you challenged him, he'd be able to pick the manner of combat.
I mean, he could just deny the request to start with.
Good.
Can you sense him? Can you feel his presence
Ooh.
anywhere? Can you figure out where he is?
That's very
Can I?
cool. Yeah, you can. You know what? Give me a wisdom-based nature check, if you'd be so kind.
God damn.
How nature checks should be.
How nature checks should be.
14?
14. And there is a presence in the woods northeast of here. Something lurking, something commanding, and I will say with a 14, that's about as much as you know the direction that this thing is in. You get a sense like it's strong enough for you to feel whereabouts it is. And enough for you to be like, yeah, that's probably the guy that we're talking about. Yeah, so you know that if you wanted to go to where he is, you could circumnavigate the castle through the woods to get there.
Mm-hmm. I think we should be polite and ask.
You want to ask it?
Hmm.
And what are you going to ask? Because I might be talking for myself here, but the consensus is kill him.
Oh yeah, kill him. But I might ask for a cup of tea. Just nice chit chat. Just rock up with tea and biscuits and be like, oh hi.
Okay, and is that just us here?
Does the entourage have to be with me, or can I choose people?
What do you mean?
So, like, if I ask for an audience with the buck, with my fellow companions,
Mm-hmm.
do they have to be the people immediately around me, or can I name them and have them brought with me?
Whomever you bring to the meeting, if the meeting is agreed to, are your entourage.
Okay.
And will be under your protection until the end of the meeting.
Great. Responsibilities.
So current ideas
Mhm.
are ask him to see us and then duke it out, or go around this death bubble and find him and then bring him close to the death bubble so we can shoot him.
What if we go to see him to ask him what he wants?
Yeah.
We could. But he's I'm under the impression he's acting under the Silk Mother.
Well,
He's still a being. He still wants something.
yeah, and
Oh, we could like convince him to stop.
I mean, I would love it if we could do that. Not out of the picture, but maybe we could.
Have a temporary alliance.
I would imagine the Urswifts replacing him is playing into this a lot, making him feel real shit.
He was mad about that. Yeah.
So, we don't have to use Purgorg as bait. We can still appeal to that. Say, I don't know, people are wondering if he really upholds the ideals of the Silk Mother, or if he's just being selfish and angry and sending folk out to do his bidding or something. Or ask him to prove that he's really committed to this. Show the fuck up.
Okay.
Gaslight him.
Solid idea. Goes either one of two ways. Either we talk and it's all good, or we talk and it's all bad. What do we do if we talk and it's all bad?
Kill it.
Because then we either need we need a fighting plan or an escaping plan.
If you can, Raven, if you can request to have an audience with someone, do you have to like physically be in the place to request the audience, or can you just be like, hey, Faye person, bring me to your court?
I don't know. I don't. A great DM. Can I mentally go somewhere?
You know that the Fae have to physically attend these meetings, but as far as where you need to be to request the meeting, you've seen powerful Fae request meetings projecting their voices or projecting from their minds from just about anywhere.
There is another Fae we could request an audience with.
If the words hellebore leave your mouth, please don't.
Or the Silt Mother.
I think if we were to request someone to avoid requesting talking to an enemy, it wouldn't be the Silt Mother.
And who I don't
Open the
know
top.
many Fae. There's Ravenel, there's Buck, and the Silt Mother. That's it. That's my 3 go-tos.
And you've heard them talk about Hellebore as well. Tilly was talking about that guy.
And then the Hellebore guy, yeah. It's got a message for Benvolio, who's around here somewhere. It's got a whole crew, don't know where. Up in the trees, maybe. Sorry, who is the one we could contact?
I've been told not to say his name.
It's fine. It's just because it sits on the ground like a child. It's fine.
Oh, it was the 4th one.
Just... He has more claim here than the Silt Mother. But I don't want to start up a war between Fae, but maybe... I fucking don't get... Fae politics have always been a thing that I don't quite understand. I understand it more than the average person, just because of exposure, but it's... I'm always afraid I'm gonna tread on the wrong thing and get cursed to dance for the rest of my life.
And I will say that there's a piece of insight here for you, Ravenall, who does know this like Fae stuff more, and that's that there's kind of no way to know Fae politics, particularly because things get blown way out of proportion. Like, think Midsummer Night's Dream, where, you know, Oberon and Titania fight over a human child and value this child more than their entire kingdoms and their alliance and their, like, the splitting of their courts and the balance of nature itself. And so sometimes people will be like, I lay claim to this continent and will fight for territory. And other times people are like, I'm growing, like, some really cool flowers here. Like, if you pick any of these flowers, by God, we're going to war. And so, like, what... or people will value those flowers enough to, like, hold this person in such great esteem as though they were a king or a queen. And it's like, yes, this person owns 3 continents and 17 kingdoms, and this other person owns this bush that makes flowers, and they are of equal status in the Feywild. So it's very sort of loose and wibbly wobbly.
Yeah. If you like it a lot, full of passion. There's no going back.
Yeah.
I mean, we could, because how territorial we are as a species, ask for a audience with Hellebore here and piss off the Buck.
We could do that.
It might not work. He might piss off two Fae.
Yeah.
Two Fae or not two Fae?
That is the question.
There's the question.
There's the question.
What do we use that as, like, plan B? So, like, plan A is, and just, can I ask, Ravenel, when you're requesting all of these meetings and these presences to be met, do you just like like close your eyes and open them and you're there, or do you then have to like walk? Like you have to pick a meeting and then walk.
Oh, you're just taken.
You just take it. Okay, that's good.
Mhm.
That saves time. Yeah. So like, I'm pretty cool with plan A being we talk to the buck and we see if he wants to meet us, and then we be nice, and then if he's nice, it's all good, and if he's not nice, we see what we can do.
Yeah.
And then if the buck says nah, we're not going to talk, then maybe we try the second option and yeah, bring another Fae into his lands and be like, what up?
I think Hellebore is plan B. But
Maybe,
I,
maybe make it plan C and make plan B the Ursweth plan.
Because you do, I will say, Carrie is not here, but you do still have the. You can play that card, you three, if you would like to.
oh.
Of, we have an Ursweth. You talked about, like, creating a challenge there.
Yeah. Airswift is fucking showing up at your own fight. Why aren't you?
Precisely.
Did
It's a
the
go.
Salt Mother reassign this mission? Are you sleeping?
I'd make him mad.
You might be able to make him mad.
And then it will be an unprovoked attack, sort of.
Well, it'll be an unprovoked attack on us, or he'll head towards the fucking castle to prove himself.
Which
Or
you
both.
can't do.
No, but if he... Yeah, that is the problem. That is the problem.
Well, how hard is it to just get all those guys in the castle to just leave the castle? Just leave it. Come outside. Come fight in this. Let's go fight in that wooded area we found with the robots in the trees.
No, thank you. No, thank
Why
you.
not? Why not?
Very dangerous.
Open area. Hostile to both parties.
But they have, like, the actual, like weapons from the ship, kind of, that they're using.
They do. You know that it's the trees and things that are being animated to kill these
Yeah.
people.
Oh yeah.
You'd have to, if they were going to leave the ship, it would have to be under some kind of protection. At right now, if they were to leave the castle / watchtower / spaceship complex.
If you guys...
I heard something.
I think that was my mum complaining about her raspberries.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Hey, it's in their food, you know, just don't trust them. Don't accept anything, my God.
So I'm hearing that you're going to set up a meeting with the buck and see what the situation is.
Yeah, I think kind of just play it by ear. Wing it.
Yeah.
That's what we do every other day.
Yeah. I think the best way to defeat him is the castle. Like, I'm gonna do weeny bits of damage compared to what a city can do.
Yeah.
I can still maybe get some stuff that's on the back lines or something. I might be able to do something. But I if we can bring him here, that's doing the most that we can do for that. And if he gets angry at us, would I know if Hellebore is powerful enough, potentially? I mean, he's an archfey, and this buck is not an archfey.
That's correct.
So, if we were in an audience with the Buck of Autumn,
Yes.
and things went shit,
Yes.
and we went, Hellebore, we request an audience right fucking now, please. Could he extract us? Is he powerful enough to extract us? Because I'm thinking of him more of as an eject button.
As an escape.
Yeah.
It would be an incredible breach of etiquette to do that.
Do I know if he cares?
Roll me an insight check on Hellbore.
Yes, please.
Also, where would we then go?
Up north. I can't remember the name of it as Alberta, but
Razgar.
Razgar. I knew it was an R. Thank you.
No worries.
Come on, baby. I know Hellebore. It's a 7. Plus 4 is 11. I'm still a little dead.
You are very much shaken. Not a piece of the person who destroyed your home is living inside of you. Yeah, trying every day to kill you. And a spell so potent that it has now gained consciousness in and of itself from the person who ended up being the conqueror of most of the galaxy is protecting you. It's kind of fucked up.
I hated him.
That's something.
He was a bad man.
Didn't seem that way inside of your head, though.
Yeah, well, he fought for good stuff at the end, but he was a fucking dictator, conqueror, fucker. He thought his way was the only way. What do I get on my insight check? Anything? Or no? Nothing.
He's quite irreverent, but the nature of his leaving of Testuea calls into question whether or not he would be so blasé in this particular circumstance. It's a 50-50 shot. Either he doesn't care, or his previous claim has some hold here and he'll be able to do whatever he wants here, or him leaving was because he's not allowed here for whatever reason. It's who knows.
Yeah. Well, we'll just
Ravenlock, how you sensed him? Did you get any sense of like how far away he was? Like, as in, is he like nearby? And if it goes sour, we can just run.
That's about correct.
I mean,
Because running is an escape plan. It's like the OG escape plan.
yeah. Here's the thing.
You can run. I know you can run.
I can run.
Yeah. And Ravenlock can fly.
Ravenlock can fly.
Yeah.
I personally would rather die fighting than
No. I don't mean
Not?
like run away as into
No.
I mean run then back to
Mhm.
Yeah.
the place and fight there.
I mean, like, I'd rather fighting is a loose term.
Is it?
I would rather give this a shot and maybe anger him and have to run away so that we could, but still, like, be able to be potentially progressing the standoff,
Yeah.
than not do it because of the chance he'll direct his ire at us personally. But I have a very weird view of my own death, and I understand that.
You do, but I think we're on the same we're on the same page here, Susie.
Okay.
That's what I meant. That's what we
Yeah,
we
no, I
pulled-
figured that was what you meant. I was just making my position clear.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you feel about that, Ravenlock?
Yeah.
Yeah, feeling good about that.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, this is
Cool.
great.
There we go. So we just we ring him up. We meet him.
Wow.
We talk to him.
Mhm.
And then either we juke it out to the death or we run away and juke it out to the death.
It is at this time that Gorbin, who has been here the whole time,
Hey, man.
sort of
How you
goes,
doing?
well, this seems a little above my eye in the best possible. I'd love to learn magic. I just feel that maybe I
want to head back to the
Shall
castle?
I head back and try to protect the people?
Yeah, go save some babies.
I will. Yeah,
Yeah, make sure the babies
And if-
don't.
I feel unambiguously good about that.
Yeah,
That sounds
that's just
good.
a
Yeah,
good thing to
If
do.
you start doing weird wild magic things again,
yeah,
run away from the city and
right.
come back here.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can do that.
Good.
All right, takes his wand and kind of prestidigitates a little sparkle. Oh God, what did I do?
Oh, you did it! You
Oh,
did it!
oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah,
But you did it.
You
So
did
own
it, though.
it.
Okay. Runs away.
Where in... Is Pjogorg with us and just being really quiet, or is Pjogorg gonna head back to the castle? What's happening, just so we know?
Wibblewob, Pjorgorg is with you, but won't contribute to conversations or combat.
Cool. I just didn't know, like, in
Yeah.
terms of, like, don't want to drag Pjogorg into conversation. Cool. It's Schrodinger's Pjogorg.
It's Schrodinger's
Yeah.
Pjorgorg.
Here, we'll
Yeah.
record 2 sections. Here's one. All right, so Pjogorg, I know you're feeling a little sick, but so you're gonna keep a little quiet. But glad to have you with us. Okay, here's 2. Alrighty, Pjogorg. I think really if we want this to be effective and say that an Ursweth has shown up, you gotta be back at the castle. So why don't you head back to the tower? You'll be safer there ultimately, and it'll help with the conceit of it all. And takes. There we go.
There we go. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
There we go.
Ravenall, what do you do?
I'd first like to ask a question.
Yeah, hit me.
Does the lug have any like shuttles still working, or like little pods with weapons?
I'm gonna make this a D20 roll. No.
Oh.
Unfortunately not. They have used most of their resources and deployed these things already.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna fly up above the tree line
Mm-hmm.
and psychically project a request for audience in the direction of the buck.
Fantastic. You send this out, and I'm gonna need a very important check from you. Can I get a performance check from Ravenall?
Oh, yes, you can, because I am somehow proficient.
Oh, well, there you go.
Maybe it had something to do with the circus.
Oh, I don't know, maybe.
Carnival.
15.
15 total? 15 total. You project this desire for an audience. And down below, you see the trees sort of move aside and open a pathway leading into the dark of the forest on the level of Suzie and Dendro.
Ooh.
Oh, that'll make things easier. Thanks, Ravenall.
Is that where we're going?
Kind of gently glides down. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I'll lead the way.
Oh, thank goodness.
And you walk towards an inky blackness that should not be possible in the daylight, and come upon almost what looks to you like a crossroads inside of the forest, and in all 4 directions there is that inky void. And in this place you see the debris of civilization. You see equipment broken, destroyed, discarded. You see carts and wagons and pieces of ship and pieces of technology, wires frayed and out and ripped to pieces, making up piles here and there. Almost like a display one might see of one's hoard or wealth. And approaching from the east comes a figure whose body is cloaked in black, such that no feature is discernible but what they make discernible. And on top of it all sits a deer's skull, antlers, large and protruding, with far more spikes and spines than you would expect on a normal deer. The Buck of Autumn approaches. I do not know your name, Ravenall, and yet you deign to request an audience with your better. Why? And smoke issues from between deer teeth.
Kind of curtsy, kind of just a general gesture of respect, and kind of look. I just want to like do it, do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
More to Dendro than anything. Do it. Kind of like, thank you for accepting this request. That is very gracious of you. We are here merely as travellers, but we can see what's happening outside of the tree line.
Deer grin as the buck bows back to you. Of etiquette are we? Good. You do not forget yourself. So, Ravenall, what is it that concerns you about the edge of the tree line? What can I do for you?
Thinking of a way of wording it nicely. Because in her head, she's just like, I'm hating every minute of this. She just like stopped doing courts for a while, so it's just like, oh yeah, getting back into I'm the lower person here.
Oh yeah.
I am less than a dirt you walk on. So she's just like, the violence between species is the concern.
And you would stop the violence? You would have me abandon the task to which I have been ordered to complete? You would defy the Lady of the Land, to whom we all bow. You think Madame Arcadia did not give tribute to perform unto Stwaya? You aren't under
now.
her protection anymore, little fairy. So tell me why you ask what I cannot give. For my lady commands that those who do not bow and abandon the ways of technology be wiped from this place.
May I ask so kindly that my companions here can also discuss matters with yourself?
Your words please me, your associates. And you hear the slight in that you are only as worthy as even non-Fae may speak.
Thank you. Thank you kindly. That's very generous of you. And Suzie is like, oh my god, can Ravenall read my mind? Because I was just about to come up to her and be like, may I speak? Do I have permission? So there's a look of relief and gratefulness there. Sir, there is a reason that we came to you. That reason being, many are wondering why you haven't shown up. When others have.
Clarify your meaning.
It was my understanding this mission was given to you by the lady, the Silt Mother. However, an Urswife has been spotted at the tower.
What did you say?
An Urswife arrived at the tower not long ago.
I see. I wasn't aware there were more of them. You have my thanks for bringing this to my attention.
If I were in your position, I would only want to know myself.
And what position is that?
One of great power and responsibility, sir.
You think I don't see the knowledge in your minds that I am lesser than I should be?
Then
You
should
think
be.
I don't know what you people are saying at my expense? The Urswives have taken my place. But the Urswives do not know war. They do not know what it is to conquer. They cannot do the bidding of the lady as I can. And yet for all of that, so tread lightly speaking of Urswives to me.
Forgive me, sir. I beg your pardon.
Did you have a point, human?
When Ravenall here refers to putting an end to the violence, the violence we only ask that the violence ends sooner rather than later, and at the moment it seems that there is a standoff.
Could I just look behind us and see if there's still like an exit that way?
You just see that totality of blackness the way that you came. You are mistaken. There is no standoff. My enemy weakens and tires.
They have received aid.
They receive whatever aid they wish. But the city will fall, and the tower will fall. And that is only a matter of time.
I look at Ravenall and Dendro like, should I stop talking?
I don't know how to get out of here.
So you suggest, turning back to Ravenall, done with Suzie,
Yeah.
you suggest negotiating their surrender to me. A very generous offering indeed to end the violence so quickly. They may pledge themselves to the Silt Mother and await her mercy. And there's almost like a challenge in this, like he's daring you to contradict that is what you want.
Yeah, because I can't really say no. Um,
Can I
Hmm.
can I lean over to speak to Ravenall? And I'll say this loud enough that, like, quietly, but loud enough that the buck can hear. My lady, I understand that I have already spoken enough, but I do fear that I have perhaps miscommunicated our intention in requesting that the buck come and provide mercy by ending things sooner. By just tipping things over the edge a bit. And has perhaps misinterpreted that to mean that you have come to ask that the fighting end, when really we ask that fighting ramps itself up before it comes to that. And I fear I've misrepresented you, my lady, and I will step back and I will stop speaking, but please, I'm very sorry in that, and if it would be my request that you
can I put like a wing up
clarify.
like to make it look like it's kind of like a hush, but it's actually kind of a reassuring, like almost tap. It's like, it's okay, but make it like he would perceive it as stop talking. You're not fairy.
Yeah,
But
very
actually,
low.
to Suzie, it's quite comforting.
Yeah.
Very low DC deception check. Call it DC 10.
I will look so ashamed when she does it.
Incredible.
Charisma. That's exactly a 10.
Amazing. Your servant speaks far too much.
Everyone has a flaw. Oh, it's such a conflict within Ravenall to have this presence of the fairy court she used to attend and fall back into that. And then part of her who's had this freedom with the carnival that wants to literally just call the buck like a sloppy bitch and just, why aren't you fighting? So it's just like, how do I be nice but also insult you in a way that will make you fight?
Well, perhaps one of your servants could insult his honor.
It's just like, so he doesn't know what to do. It's like, kind of gonna. I'm pushing it. She's gonna step forwards.
Go for it.
She's pushing it.
Yeah.
Kind of just steps forwards, relaxes her wings, like very calmly and in control of this situation. That's how she wants to present herself, quite confidently. You've been missed at the battlefield, is what is being said. You animate and you send your servants to do your bidding. That's not very Fae-like.
Boom, boom, boom from behind.
Oh, I wish I had vicious mockery.
Oh,
You want to speak to me about what is Fae? Ravenall? I challenge you. And as the challenged, you may choose the manner of the conflict. And I will teach you what is Fae. You want to fight me rather than my servants? You need but say the word. Your friends can fight with you, even it up a little.
The challenge doesn't have to be fighting. Like, this is going through your head. This is not being said aloud.
Yes.
Or I could be a dick and challenge him to fight the entire army, but let's not. In my head, I've got Sandman, if anyone's seen it.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who hasn't. I've been meaning to. I will.
Disappointed.
The oldest game.
I feel like she would choose something incredibly Fae just to prove a point. Like,
Chess with people players. People pieces.
oh my god. Wizard's chess.
I just got finished dealing with a level in Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, an encounter that was people chess, except it wasn't actual chess rules, which would have made it cooler. And so you're bringing me back there because it was a bitch. If it had been chess rules, it'd have been easier.
Wild.
Yeah, that was just the other day. It's funny you mention
it.
Challenge him to silks. You can do silks and trapeze.
Yeah.
Challenge him to carnival performances. Brain blank. Just thinking what would work to Ravenall's advantage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it would work, but a challenge of sleight of hand.
A challenge of thievery. Fantastic. A challenge of thievery. Wonderful. I choose to represent myself. And who will you choose?
I will also represent myself.
Then the challenge is accepted. And the darkness swirls around you. And you find yourself, for the purposes of Suzie and Dendro, you find yourselves on a sort of a rooftop of sort of a 3-story building, overlooking a crowded marketplace, in what looks like sort of like a hot, crowded city that none of you recognize. And beside you are a couple of sort of lesser fae. There's sort of a satyr here, and a fairy with long umber wings, sort of draped behind them like a cloak, and appearing between the two of you and the two of them is a Myconid, who projects their voice into your minds, and says, 2 witnesses for each of the challenging parties. I will be referee and impartial judge in this matter. And in the crowd, Ravenall, you find yourself in this sort of crowded city, and elsewhere, presumably, is the Buck of Autumn. And so I would like to invite just you and me to roll initiative.
Kick his ass, Daisy.
But do it!
Ooh, that's very bad.
And that's a 15.
All right, you get the first move. This is going to be a series. We're going to do 5 rounds.
Okay.
This is a challenge of thievery. Bay trickery and whatever you can think of applies within this setting. He has created this arena, but you know that the referee is Spirit of the World, so it is going to be judged fairly. But before we make our first moves, everything freezes, and that voice of Spirit of the World comes into all of your minds. But before the challenge can begin, stakes must be set.
Jesus.
Ravenall. Or, sorry, it would be Buck of Autumn. What do you demand as challenger should you win? And the Buck states, for Ravenall to become my subordinate and fae servant for all of time. And the Myconid voice says, and Ravenall, what would you ask of the Buck of Autumn should you be successful?
The same.
One cannot be promised to 2 masters. However,
If he...
a bond of service would make him null and inactive in the conflict between you and the Salt Mother.
I can agree to that.
The terms are set. Begin. And Suzie and Dendro get to watch as this challenge commences. Ravenall, you are first in initiative. round 1 of 5. What would you like to do?
So I'm in a busy, bustling town.
Yes, you are.
Um. mm, 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 mm. I think I'm just gonna do something basic just to say I'm here. We're doing this, but like something off maybe like a stall, something that is in everybody's view.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. So you are trying to be seen?
Not trying to be seen, not trying to be seen, but just to make a point of I can do it so openly that it's not
Gotcha.
seen.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check.
I will. Now this is when I found out like the butt's got like +20 for sleight of hand.
I am very carefully not looking at the stat sheet that's on the screen to my left.
That is a 27.
Sexy.
Absolutely incredible.
Yes.
Yeah, holy hell. You grab some like valuables and a jewel off of the stall. It's slick, it's effortless. You are in your element. And you are going to gain, but because it's a stall, it's not going to be as much as it otherwise would. 1d4 for every multiple of 5 beyond 10. So 1 for 15, 1 for 20, and 1 for 25.
And can I just add a little flair and do some druidcraft when I take it, so like flowers replace the items?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You are putting on a show, and that does not go unnoticed. In fact, that will, you know what? That'll add another 1 to your running total. Absolutely
Josh, no.
incredible.
Oh no, babe.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh no!
With less sound.
Hello. Oh,
Oh,
I
I
can
can
hear
hear
myself.
Oh yeah, I'm
Mute.
muted.
Oh, it's all happening.
Can you turn
Oh.
off your mic?
You're back now, so it's okay.
Am I good?
Yeah.
It's all good.
All right.
It's all good.
I turned it on to be like,
because the sound never cut off for me.
oh,
No,
yeah, no,
that's
I
all
know
good.
that too because I can hear it. I was like, what's happening?
But we're okay.
Yeah.
All
We're
right,
good.
we're okay. Whew.
Can I take this?
No.
And he's frozen again. Oh no.
We gotta take a break.
I gotta pee.
Oh.
Okay, we're gonna take a break. Okay. This looks like it's working. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Move this just the slightest bit that way. And we return. Welcome everybody to round 1 of this contest. Ravenall has displayed an incredible ability, indeed. And now we will see something a little different. Because 2, 3, 4.
Don't like that number.
There's a mix of very bad and very good rolls in here. So let's just write these down. All of these are at a +5, which means there's one 8, there's one 9, there's a 19, there's a 21. He gets another 2 rolls. Holy hell. A second 8 and a 14. Very haphazard is the response, but you see vines appear in this courtyard, and snatched from various stalls around this area. And you see people notice some of this, and people are like, what the hell is going on? And yet, around 3 of these are going to make it. So, we will say, oh no, I said above, so that's 1, and that is 2. Actually, this is far less. This is actually going to be far less than what you got in the end. With only, you're at 9, only a 4. In terms of value successfully stolen. And you, yeah, you sort of get the feel as like, okay, that challenge was sort of set, and the power of this person is very great and wide-reaching. There's a lack of subtlety in what he's doing here that might give you the edge. We move into the second round. In this city, in this test of thievery, what would Ravenall like to do?
Kind of go back to what she's done. It's kind of like do an acrobatic display. Like if the market stores have like hanging like drapery or anything, and kind of like use that as her silks and kind of get people's attention. But as she's like performance-y and kind of showing off, she's pickpocketing. So like she'll like hold onto like a piece of cloth or something and like lean forward to the crowd and kind of like do the glitter thing that she used to do. But as she does that, it's kind of like she's pinching, and then she'll go back and be like, oh, look at me going upside down on the wall.
Amazing. Can I get a performance check, if you'd be so kind?
Oh, I was kind of hoping you would ask for acrobatics, but yes. I'm joking. It's still +4. 12.
12. Okay. And I will. Yeah, and give me a sleight of hand for that, for those stealings.
The little thieves.
For the thieves.
That is a natural 20 plus my sleight of hand, which is a +10, so that is 30.
Incredible. 15, 20,
Myself
25, 30, +1 for the natural 20. Can you go ahead and roll 5d4 for me? And tell me what you get as the result. That's insane.
My heart's going pop, 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 pop. 2, 3. I've got 4, so I'll roll 1 again. 2, 2, 4, 1, 3.
12?
4, 8, 9, 12, yeah.
12. A display just good enough to allow you some masterful thievery on display here. And you up sort of like watching this, Dendro and Suzie are witness to this pretty fantastic display from your friends, and even the 2 witnesses who were sort of like on behalf of the buck, sort of.
I think I would like to just display. What's the word? Like just like cheering on, you know, boasting in their faces, like, yeah, that's what we got.
As I sort of clap, I'll lean over and just say to the 2 attendants of the Buck of Autumn, Our Lady is in her element.
So it seems. Quite a carnival-esque performance, but very impressive indeed. But our Lord is not done yet. And you see a magical darkness descends, an antithesis to the performance of Ravenall over this courtyard, as all vision is obscured, but you, the witnesses, can see through this magical darkness as though it was not there. Ravenall, you cannot see at all. As there are going to be quite a few rolls made here, so give me a second. That's a natural 20.
Boo.
It's fun when you do it.
It's not. I agree. That's a 17. That's a 19.
Jesus. Roll a 3.
That's a dirty 20. That's a dirty 20. And that's a 23. Okay, so he's going to roll a number of d4 equal to 15, 20, 25 plus nat 20 is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's going to roll 12 d4.
Roll ones.
I think we should round that down to 0.
It's incredible. They're all ones.
That's 31.
That's not possible. They were all ones. The most they could have gotten was a 12.
As magical darkness covers this place, and you hear the sound of hooves, and you above see the shine of this helm as the Buck of Autumn weaves between the crowds, incapable of seeing him, and vines and roots sprout and just take what people cannot see is missing. Collecting an incredible degree, and the magical darkness fades, and people are looking around, not sure what just happened. But the Buck of Autumn has gotten away with an incredible haul. It seems that your friend will have to figure out something a little cleverer than that, if she wishes to beat our lord. We make it to round 3.
How many rounds?
5.
Okay.
And again, this is for you to be as creative as you like with this setting.
In terms of the rounds, because it is working a bit like combat, do I get like a movement, an action, and a bonus action, essentially?
It's more like you get a play. Like, if you describe to me what you're trying to do and how you're trying to do it, we will incorporate regardless of movement and actions and bonus actions. So it is there are 5 opportunities for you to display your thieving prowess, rather than rounds as in combat. You are not limited in that way by the action economy. This is more like an ability check contest.
Mm.
May I think a question to Piano Shrimp?
Yes, you may.
I'll think 2 questions. One, I believe the Buck of Autumn said that Ravenall's friends could help. That was never struck from the rules and terms of this agreement. Would it be fair in saying we still could?
It would be allowed.
Thank you kindly. I have just one more question. is this real people? Are these real people here? A real place?
They are real until the end of the duel.
Thank you kindly. We're standing on top of the building, right?
Yep.
I am gonna look at Ravenall and say, get ready to scoop. And I am gonna shoot my gun in the air, being careful not to have the bullets land on anyone. All right, everybody, fucking on the ground. Run if you don't want to see any of this shit go down.
Susie, what are you doing?
I'm creating a panic. Dendro, help!
It's working. I jumped down the building.
Go ahead and give me an intimidation check with advantage, Susie.
Thank you.
Can I ask, in this panic, can I, from where I am,
Yes.
see the buck?
Yes, you do. You see this figure with the skull mask.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Is he wearing a helmet?
It's not possible to tell whether it's his head or the helmet on his head, because his body is shrouded so that no features can be discerned. If that makes sense. So beneath the skull is darkness.
Cool. Thank you.
This might be his body.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Some people are like, oh god, get on the ground! And other people are like, run for your lives!
Smart cookies!
Weird shit's happening around us! There's circus performers and gun women!
Gun women.
So I'm gonna say that's the help from Suzie and Dendro for this round.
Yep.
What is Ravenall doing?
Oh, straight up staring at him. I would like to do something, but if this fails, may I have a secondary plan in place?
Tell me what you're trying to do.
I have the spell reduce or enlarge.
Sure.
I would like to reduce him teeny tiny. If this doesn't work and he does the saving throw,
Sure.
I would like to then use all my stealth ability and kind of, you know, that moment where like people cross the street and a bus goes past and the other person disappears?
Fuck yeah.
That in the crowd as I'm like nicking things, just like those people are moving and you can't see me.
Yeah, 100%. What's the saving throw for reduce and large?
Let's check. Because I was looking in my little book and I was like, I am a level 5.
You are.
So if the creature is either a creature or an object that is neither won nor carried, if the target is unwilling, it can make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Oh, the buck is good at con saves. So here we go. What is the DC that the buck needs to beat?
I don't know.
1.
Shit. That's a good question. I actually haven't worked out my spell save DC. That's bad.
8 plus your...
Proficiency plus wisdom,
I
maybe?
don't know if you
Or is it
add
charisma?
your-
No, my intelligent is my casting modifier ability. So 8 plus
I think you do
3
have proficiency.
I thought that was
plus
spell attack.
For your... Oh, for your spell save DC? Is it not? I thought it was.
No, you're probably right.
I think I'm right
Yeah, you're
here.
probably right.
Yeah,
whiz.
Yeah, because otherwise it wouldn't get super.
exactly.
Okay.
No, not exactly to the wisdom. What?
What?
So what's your intelligence modifier?
2.
And your proficiency bonus is plus 3.
Yep. So that's 5 plus 8,
So
which is
that's
13.
13 is
That makes
correct.
sense.
The buck gets a 5 on the die, plus 7 makes it a 12.
Oh.
Which would fail. But he burns a
However.
legendary resistance.
There we are. Damn it, because if I shrunk him to small, he had disadvantage on dex.
Oh,
Wait,
very good plan.
But you stole his legendary resistance.
Uh, so yes, you cast the spell and feel its effect should start to take hold, and he just shakes his head. Oh, Ravenall, we greater Fae have recourse in these matters, and simply destroys the spell that you have cast upon him.
Bye.
Go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Yes, I am pickpocketing.
Yep.
Stealth.
Pickpocketing.
It's an 18.
At 18 is very good, and then the sleight of hand for the pickpocketing itself.
$29.
Woo!
Nice.
25. All of that will result in the rolling of 64.
Woo!
One from the dirty 20 that Suzie rolled. Two from the dirty 20 that Suzie rolled. One from the 18, and 3 from the 29.
Cool. Lovely. How many d4s is that?
6.
6. I'm going to have to roll some more. Right. That's not useful. 4, 2, 1, 1. Need to roll 2 more.
Mm-hmm. So that's 8 total.
What's better? 4 and 4.
That's 16. Best yet. Incredible.
Doesn't beat his 30, does it?
Well, we don't know what he gets for this one. I think you disappear. And Dendro, you've jumped down, and Suzie, you're still on top of the building, looking out at everything. And you see the buck, and even as Ravenall disappears from his view, very much sort of like bus passing by, so too does he disappear from your view. And he does the exact same maneuver. He's gonna play you play for play. In this one, that is at 18 plus 5 is 23 on a stealth. We're just gonna give him 2d4 rolls. He's gonna make his 6 sleight of hand.
One.
Really remarkable.
Okay, this is
Can you roll a 0 on the
very
d4?
interesting. This is very interesting indeed. 2 more dice. Okay. Of those 6, he gets 1, 2. So his total is only going to be 74.
What, mile?
Well, you just rolled 64
So
for the round.
D4, not 74.
Oh, my Jesus.
I panicked then too.
He gets exactly the same as you, a 16 for the round. As he weaves in amongst the people, and he seems almost to vanish into black smoke and reappear in various areas. Grinning all the while with his deer skull grin.
With my arm up in the air, my pistol up, I'm kind of tilting my head, not even looking back to the lesser fae behind me. And I go, shame he couldn't think of something his own. Would have liked to have seen that, but I guess my lady's coming up with all the good ideas tonight.
Our Lord simply moves to prove that he can win in any arena chosen by his opponent.
Well, that seemed more like a tie.
We're still not winning. It's the recourse from the satyr.
Can I see the buck?
You give me a perception check.
Okay. That would be.
You're down in the crowd.
Yes, I've jumped down. Please fucking find it. 14 plus 4, 18.
Yeah, absolutely. You spot that deer skull.
Spot it. Okay, can I talk to the Myconid in my head?
Yeah, go for it.
Sup, bro?
You figured out what you're gonna give me yet?
I got a couple of ideas. And
All right.
I don't know. Like, yeah, I know you said you had a time frame. I'm gonna give it to you before I leave planet. That is a promise. All right.
You won't leave planet without it, so.
There we go.
You feel the world
So-
sort of like tailoring its speech pattern to the way you're talking to it.
He's cool. If can I knock this dude out?
You are here to support Ravenall. If you take actions to hinder him in making thievery, I think that falls within the purview of the rules.
I bet. I want to go up to him and attack him.
Yeah, 100%. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Nice. Oh no. That is just a 12.
A 12 is not going to hit, but you have more attacks.
I do have more attacks, so I'll do a second attack.
Mm-hmm.
For
Oh,
We can't hear you.
you
Oh,
cut
we lost
out.
your sound.
I got a 23.
There you go. A 23 absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Cool. So damage is a D8, which
Mhm.
is this one. For an 8 plus 4, so 12. 12 damage.
And do your fists at this time as a monk count as magical weapons?
They do at this point count as magical.
There you go. So that'll be full damage. So it's 12 damage, you said?
12 damage, yes. And I'm spending a key point
Yeah.
Damn.
to try and stun him.
Go.
Ooh.
A con 15 DC.
Okay. Again, gets a plus 7 to this.
Yeah.
That's a 2 on the die. Plus 7 is 9. Burns a second legendary resistance
Oh,
to
does he?
avoid being
Does
stunned.
Flurry of blows.
And then uses his reaction
Ooh.
to shadowy retreat. When the buck takes damage, it can retreat into the darkness, magically teleporting up to 30 feet away to an unoccupied space it can see.
Then can I see him when he's done this?
Yep.
I burn the Misty Scroll step I'm holding to move to him.
That's your bonus action to do that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, that's incredible. You follow him in a...
Mhm.
How does your Misty Step look? What does it look like?
I see him disappear, and
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, you don't." So I pull out this scroll and I open it up and I quickly read the words, and then my body sort of drops down into a shadowy red pool and skitters along the floor, and then raises up in front of him.
Oh,
That's awesome.
that's friggin' rad. You're a resourceful one, aren't you, frog person?
Oh, you don't even know what I am, buddy.
Fan-fucking-tastic. That is you for round 4.
Can I
Mm-hmm.
try and communicate with Dendro telepathically? Because Ravenall is putting 2 and 2 together about...
Do you have telepathy?
I don't, but we met and we touched. So I was wondering if there was a bond started there.
You successfully resisted any bond that
I
might have been created
did.
at that time. So I'm going to say you don't have a method of communicating telepathically, but if you want to try some funky fairy magic to try to like send your voice to just his ear, We could try
Mm.
something like that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Go ahead and give me a DC 17 Arcana check.
Arcana, intelligence, which is exactly 17 plus 2 is 19.
Incredible. You've seen Madame Arcadia do this so many times in the past, where she sets her words to the wind, and the wind takes it where she wills it to. What would you like to say to Dendro?
Because Ravenel's putting the pieces together, especially seeing the future of Dendro. She's going to very politely ask, multiply me. Because the cereblex can create multiples of the same person, and she's wondering if Dendro can do the same thing in that form to multiply Ravenel.
Daisy, can you do me a quick favor here? Can you take off your headset for just a second? Dendro, you know with the resources at your disposal, you can't do that.
No chance.
There's an opportunity here because she doesn't know that.
Yeah.
You could give her a vial in this moment and succeed on another partial assimilation. But that's up to you whether you want to do that under false pretenses or not.
Can I respond back to Ravenel?
I don't think so with the manner in which we've done this.
Okay. Okay, I know what I'm going to do.
Bear with. Sorry, I muted the volume from my headset as well, so I couldn't hear anything. So I've just wound you all the way back up again.
All good.
Dendro hears this message, and I know roughly where you are. I'm gonna look back at you and just like shake my head.
How far are they away from me?
30 feet. As people are starting to stampede out of this square. A frog and a shadow monster with a deer skull head start fighting.
Can I use the people to get behind him and pickpocket the buck?
You're gonna try to steal from the buck?
Oh,
You're
yeah.
gonna try to steal from the buck. Give me a stealth check contested with a perception check.
Take his games.
26.
Can't beat that. Even this die is rolling very poorly for me. I'm gonna recharge it.
That is good.
That was an excessively low roll. Doesn't see you, so you get advantage on the sleight of hand.
It's another 29.
Oh,
We
Take
don't
that.
play these games.
Take that.
I have a question.
yeah.
Is it just Dendro or just I can help in a round, or can we both help?
You both can help, yes.
Alrighty. May I continue to help with this by jumping down and stealing as much shit as I can, basically, to add to the horde of what's been taken?
Yes, go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand.
Thank you.
What do you say to the people before you jump?
I say, the smart ones are running, the rest of y'all are closing your eyes, alright?
3 stories down. I
Yeah.
didn't do this for the monk because the monk.
Yeah.
You're
I
gonna
would've
take.
said balls.
You're gonna take and look at what I rolled. 16 points of falling damage.
That's all good, thank you.
Susie's going to start looting things with broken knees and feet.
Yeah,
Just
hell
crawling
yeah.
around.
You've broken these feet. Alright, I have a question.
Yep.
Can I stealth and then try and steal?
Yeah, 100%.
Thank you.
You slam into the ground. Concrete breaks under your feet as you do a 3-point superhero landing.
19 for stealth.
19 for stealth immediately disappear as you go into the
I
crowd.
did ask the people to close their eyes. So,
Oh,
come on, baby. 21.
And a 21, absolutely fantastic. So this is a total of 2 from Dendro, 3 from Suzie, and 6 from Ravenall, for a 14 d4. So why don't we get Dendro? Could you roll 2d4? Suzie,
Yeah.
could you roll 3d4? And Ravenall, could you roll 64?
64. Wow.
64.
got a 5 in total, Josh.
5. Thank you.
Or maybe it is. I got a 4 in total.
4. Okay.
Uh, I got quick maths. I got another 16.
16.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So that
That's
is
a lucky number.
25.
Mhm.
25 in total. This conflict continues to escalate as you're just like running around pickpocketing. And you pickpocket from the buck and start stealing some of his shit. And I will say your 16's going to come out of his stash.
Nice.
Oh.
So you've effectively canceled out the last round for him with this insane haul. Buck of Autumn takes his turn. This has taken a turn. I think you see... This is round 4. I think he's going to respond in kind to whatever you've thrown at him, and this is the more like confrontational thievery that you've shown. And every time it's been a sort of a different sort of aspect of thievery, which has been very cool and thematic, by the way. Super props to you.
Thank you.
And to all of you guys. So he is going to... He will have grown more at this point, to be fair. Okay. He's going to make attacks on all y'all. So he's got first attack coming at charge die, come on. First attack coming at Dendro. Yeah. 11 probably doesn't do anything.
No.
Second attack 14.
Is that still on me?
Yeah.
No.
Third attack on you. Natural 20.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Natural 20 is going to be 14 plus 2d6 damage. So that's going to be 18 points of damage
Okay.
to Dendro, and you are grappled.
Okay. So how
Um,
many was it? 18 or 19?
18 points of damage to you. Of slashing damage as these sort of like vines and roots burst from the ground and like thorns grip into you and slash across your body and grip into your skin.
Not good.
Next attack is coming at Suzie. So that's 3. That's an 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's minimum damage. That's 4 points of slashing damage, and you are grappled.
Okay.
Next attack at disadvantage coming at Ravenall. First one's an 11.
Nope.
Second one is a 16.
Yes.
Nine points of slashing damage.
Can I uncanny dodge?
Yes, you may. So 4 points of slashing damage. And you are all, but you are also grappled.
Fair play.
And with that, all of you are grappled with 3 attacks left, but I think only one of these... No, 1 attack on each of you left. Let's do... Just for the sake of hitting you. The one against Dendro is going to miss outright. The one against Ravenall is going to be a 21 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Another 5 points of slashing damage.
Yep.
And the one against Suzie is a 25.
That'll hit.
Oh. Max damage, 14.
Doesn't make a difference whether it's max or min, babe.
You down?
Damn.
No.
Suzie drops.
For now.
For now!
For now.
Has made all of these attacks. Just walks up to Ravenall. Is going to do a sleight of hand with advantage.
This mother trucker.
These...
What-
This
Do I need to
truckers.
counter roll?
There is no counter roll.
This dude.
This dude.
This dude.
It's a 21. And so that is going to be something along the lines of, and I didn't keep track of this properly, so I'm doing minimum for the ones that have hit you. So we're going to call that a total of 6, plus this one is 2, so that's going to be 4d4. No, wait, that's wrong. 8d4. $22, and that's coming out of yours.
Mm-hmm.
We come to the last round of thievery. The buck releases all of you from your grappled condition. Suzie, unconscious. Come now, Ravenall. Show me the big play. What is the peak of your thieving skill? Can I get a death saving throw from Suzie to see
Absolument.
what's going on there, whether you're in this last round or not?
I am not. That he's a 3.
That is 1 failed death save.
Damn.
There was a non-zero chance that you could have like popped back up.
Yeah, yeah.
And still been part of this
If
round.
I roll a 16 or higher, I regain 1 hit point.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. And so, here I ask you, Ravenall. This is a test of your thievery skill. It doesn't.
Mm.
There is. You have done pickpocketing. You have done performance con artistry. You've done pickpocketing after the cause of a scene, and you have done pickpocketing as a contest, as a combat. But what would be the highest test of your skill? How would you showcase that you are the better thief?
Thief doesn't mean stealing objects, necessarily.
Not necessarily.
I don't think it's gonna work, but I've got an idea.
Yeah.
I would like to steal his witnesses to kind of, so they're on his side,
Mm-hmm.
right? They're his, therefore could be deemed as an object. And if they're on my side, That's theft.
So you are stealing his followers.
Hmm. Don't know how
Okay.
it's gonna work. Don't even ask.
So now I ask, Daisy,
Oh
how
god.
does this work? uh, how would you appeal to his followers, or intimidate his followers, or
It wouldn't be intimidation because it's just like that
how
feels brute force.
how would you steal the loyalty of the people who follow him?
Persuasion.
And what arguments would you use? You don't have to say them in character if you don't want to, but what kind of things would you say?
This won't be in character because I'll fumble my words.
It's all good.
So I would use the Earthsmith argument. That was the original plan. You're following someone who refrains from fighting, allows this person to come here, and what, does nothing? That's not what, he's there. That's the Silt Mother's champion. And he's just going to sit there and do nothing. Kind of just like, can't even English.
It's all good.
Manipulate them in a way to thinking, like, plant the seed of doubt.
That argument will definitely plant the seed of doubt insofar as they will be doubting him. But doubting him isn't the same as belonging to you.
No.
So what argument would you use not only to showcase that the buck isn't worthy of their loyalty, but that you are?
This is like an interview for a job. Zero positive thoughts in my head.
Well,
It's like, sell yourself. And I'm like,
you've got a friend who can back you up here, Dendro. If you want to provide any assistance to Ravenall in this moment.
Let's see. You could show these guys how. Well, the buck, I don't know what he was doing, sitting in the forest playing with mushrooms, while he's setting people to fight. You called the buck out, right? And you ventured out into this domain and set this all up, right? You've got initiative and the moxie to act. And I don't know, tell him about your ideals
he
for the future.
accepted the request. And I could spin it that he felt threatened by, and that's why he threw a jewel down.
Wouldn't do that if you weren't worth anything.
Exactly. I have worth.
Yeah. May I put something forward myself?
Whispers of the dead.
I'm gonna say it because I died in the service of my lady. There is a dead woman lying in the street.
Yeah.
Who died to help her lady.
Yeah.
But
I know I can't make any checks or anything, but I'm just putting it out there.
Here's what I'm gonna say from Suzie, because you're not dead.
She's dying.
Dying.
You're dying. So go ahead and give me a performance check.
Am I sort of conscious enough while I'm doing this to say a couple two words?
2 words. Go for it.
Fuck you.
I'll kind of look out towards Ravenall and say, "I'm yours," and die with a performance check.
Dramatic death performance.
16.
Okay.
It's not very good
It's
because
not
I'm
terribly
going
convincing.
unconscious. Look, I had to try.
You did. And it was a valiant effort.
Thank
Can
you.
I help by maybe shooting her indiscreetly
What?
with a poison dart? Just something to add a little bit of real pain to this act.
I'm still in pain. I'm dying here.
You need to be more in pain. Stop selling it.
If
Let's
you,
not arguing among ourselves how we're going to do it.
if you want to shoot a poison dart at Susie, you can give her advantage on that roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take
Yeah.
it. Come on, baby. You can do it. It was time to
just a
help
quick
your
little-
lady.
Yeah,
It's the same.
it's exactly the same roll.
But
Can I get a
Was that-
stealth roll from Dendro? Super play.
Yes.
Actually,
yes,
you know what?
can.
Let's make this sleight of hand.
A sleight of hand.
Yeah.
It's the same to me.
All right.
No.
That is 8 plus 6 for 14.
14. Okay.
Mhm.
is that a crit? Because I'm unconscious?
Is 14 a crit?
No, his attack on me. You got a hit in.
It's a ranged attack, so it will be 1 death save. It's not an auto crit because it's not a melee attack
Melee.
with a type
Okay.
feat. So you were at 2 death saving throws.
Cool. Thank you.
No worries. 2 failed death saving throws. So Ravenall, this round is not going particularly well. Susie,
No.
My lady.
Susie says, "I'm yours," falls unconscious, and then gets hit with a poison dart and sort of flops over in a very obvious poison dart spit from Dendro.
Put me out of my misery.
Yeah, I guess so. There's no other way to interpret that.
She's already panicking. And it's like, I've already got this, I've already got this. And then watches that and like, really? Really? You're going to shoot her?
I don't take control. Take control. Yell at us. Do something. Show power. Do the long arm thing.
Yeah, Slender Man. I was like, what?
Mr. Tickle.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah,
Ugh.
this is not going at all how I planned. Oh dear. I still kind of want to go down that line though.
Then go ahead and give me a performance or persuasion check. I think it's going to be a persuasion check. It's just going to be a straight roll though.
Can I like fly up to them on
You
like and
yeah,
kind of? I'm going to be on the edge. I'm not like going to approach them. Just going to stand on the edge of that building.
absolutely.
So a straight persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
18. Does 18 do it?
An 18 gives you 1d4 to roll.
Oh,
Plus 4.
that's sad. +4.
And the Buck of Autumn.
Mm.
A valiant effort, Ravenall. But in this, you have proven the difference between those with power and those without. You would take my place? Make me your servant? You would have to have done better than that. And the scene fades and vanishes into darkness, and you are back in the glade. Buck doesn't bother to steal anything on the last round. Doesn't need to. He has proven himself. And Piano Shrem, as per the terms of the agreement, Ravenall is now the servant of the Buck of Autumn. To the winner go the spoils. And the Buck grins with his deer skull face. And now, my servant, you're going to help me defeat the Airswefts and reclaim my place as champion of the Silta Mother.
Ravenel kind of, can I just, Ravenel kind of
Go
like
for
puts her hand up. So, the whole thing about thievery and trickery. Yes, Ravenel is your servant, but that's not who I am.
We all use monikers, little Faye. Judge, go ahead and roll a persuasion check with disadvantage on the planet.
Just, the planet.
You're gone.
Do I
Well,
get to add
reset.
this? This isn't a straight roll.
While
Reset.
while
Sorry.
Ravenall is doing this,
Yes.
can I give the help action by contacting the planet at the same time and offering my tribute?
Your tribute must stand independent of this matter. A lack of bias is the thing that keeps my authority on this world, but you are welcome to offer your tribute at this time.
I won't lie to you, buddy. I was just trying to distract you. I'll give it to you later.
Understood. Can't knock the hustle.
Frog gotta do what a frog gotta do.
Frog gotta do what a frog gotta do. Understood. This is gonna be a disadvantage, Raven.
Yeah.
Oh?
Can I cancel out that disadvantage by giving the help action? By rising back up after I rolled my third death save and reset?
Is that the way that ability works?
You told me that's... I added it. I added it. You told me that's what it was.
When you...
When you
You
stabilize... Oh, stabilize.
When you die, you instead begin the process of making death saving throws, even if you died from having failed 3 consecutive death saving throws. So you reset your death saving throw counter.
I understand. Take back the cool thing I just said.
That's all good.
That's fine, but thank you. I rolled a natural 20, but at
Oh, but
disadvantage.
But at
Then
disadvantage.
I rolled a dirty 20.
Yes.
20 both ways.
The planet swings both ways. A dirty 20 is pretty good. You promised the service of Ravenall, and the service of Ravenall you must give. Unless it is your intention to do away with this name forever, you will enter into the service of the Buck of Autumn. What name is yours at this time? And you have basically a choice here. Serve reveal your resonance name. In essence, what the planet is saying here is like, you can get out of this, but you will be giving a name to the buck that will give him power over you. Now or later. So neither way is great for you, but the choice is yours. Dendro's squaring up.
Fight.
Hey, no one has to serve anyone if they're dead.
Well, that was a
True.
question I was going to ask a little bit after that whole shebang. Like, have I still taken that damage, or was that like?
Yeah, you have.
Oh, I have.
I'm lying here dying. And yeah, I'm taking the damage.
Go ahead and roll
Dendro's
another
not
death
squaring
save
up,
as this
Dendro.
happens.
Natural 20.
You're back up.
And I stand the fuck up. Thank you, baby.
I wanna just catch Ravenel's eye and be like, just slightly. I'm stood normally, just a little hint with the fists.
Worth noting, the Buck's witnesses are gone. It is just the Myconid and the Buck here. You still need to make this choice, regardless of whether you decide to kill this person or not.
I have to make the choice.
You have to make this choice before that happens.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
The tributes to the world,
Yeah.
does that... Because obviously Suzie made the tribute on behalf of the crew.
Yes.
Do the tributes not grant immunity to certain things, but will they help provide support if needed? Like if I...
You will be looked
Give
upon
tribute.
favorably by the world, but the world isn't the thing you're dealing with. The world is acting as arbiter between two Fae in their conflict. So you and the Buck are the ones who, if you had something that would give you advantage against the Buck, that would be the thing that would help you here. Giving tribute to the world is great and all, but the world is just acting as unbiased arbiter, and there's nothing that's going to sway that.
No, but I was thinking, if I gave my resonance name
Yes.
to the Buck and tribute, do them simultaneously, it ends the world being biased, and I give tribute to the world at the same time for the world to then be favourable towards me, if you see what I mean.
The world is currently unbiased. And nothing will make the world biased towards you until this is... Like, do you understand what I'm... Like, this conflict is almost done. What you decide here will end the conflict here one way or the other. Yeah. And then your relationship with the world is... If you want to improve that with a tribute, you're more than welcome to do that.
So that's what I'm also doing at the same time. It's like I'm ending this conflict by doing that, but simultaneously while that conflict's ending, that is my tribute.
Yeah, absolutely, you can do that.
Cool. I'll do that. I will hand over my resonance name.
Speak it, please, if you'd be so kind.
Yes. So, fine. I'll give you my name. It is Pethros Sage.
That name resonates out. You are no longer Ravenel for the rest of this campaign and for the rest of this character's lifetime. You may choose another moniker to go by after this time, and you can tell me what that is at your leisure. But you have revealed Pethros Sage, and Ravenel is no more. And in this way, you have cheated the buck of a servant, and yet one of the only people Faye strong enough to maybe make use of that name now has access to it. What's your tribute?
My tribute. Ooh, can I tribute my name and give the world of the spirit, the spirit of the world, the name? Because that's a Fae thing. That's a you don't.
Interesting. If you're giving this name to the world, you'd almost be giving part of your identity to the world. Like, you'd almost be like, basically you would be like erasing part of your personality.
Okay.
So you'd almost like become a new person and get a new name and wouldn't really be the same person as before, is the connotation of that. It's, yeah.
Okay, I'll tribute a memory associated with that name.
What memory would you like to tribute?
I will tribute her first birthday.
Ooh. A very worthy tribute indeed. Thank you for this, Pethros. Well, my business here is concluded. And this being walks away. If that memory of your first birthday leaves your mind. The buck.
Is it just the three of us? The four of us?
You guys, Buck is still here. Buck tilts its deer skull head, not grinning quite so widely somehow as it maybe was before. That was a bold, if perhaps an unwise move. Pethros Sage. Doesn't invoke that name yet, just says it. You have achieved nothing. You have saved no one. So,
Bonehead.
what do you do now? What was that, Dendro?
I said, bonehead.
Tilt's
Took
head.
me a moment.
The fuck this guy just say to me?
Pethros displayed the ultimate level of thievery. She stole victory from you.
A spiteful play that only mitigated her loss, not within the purview of our contest. And you know that, Frog.
Well, one thing we don't know is where your entourage went.
I am strong enough to meet with 3 lesser Fae without them. I tire of your company. You begin to bore me now.
Well, you begin to bore me because this is a one-man court. I mean, Pethros just stole the one servant I know you actually have, because everything you made up in there was kind of an arena, and I don't know if those people were fucking real. They didn't seem to have any original thoughts, frankly.
You seem intent on goading me to kill you.
I mean, you did already, and I came back.
Luck.
You're just not very good at winning.
Very good at losing.
Nothing really sticks with you. My
Mm.
dad, your status as the champion of the Silt Mother.
Oh yeah, you lost that too.
Can I get all three of you to roll? Can I get all three of you to roll persuasion checks with advantage
My God, this is like,
in this moment?
I'm not gonna. Oh, okay. Spoiler for it too. If anyone's seen the second chapter at the end, this is what this happens. They basically bully it to death. It's quite funny. It's pathetic. No, it's so funny.
Got a 12. I rolled 2 9s.
All right.
That's a natural 20.
Good.
I rolled a 13.
Total of 25. Thank you, baby.
On a natural 20, the deer skull jerks upright. The darkness intensifies around you. Fine. You want death. I will give you death. That's where we're going to end tonight's session.
No!
No.
I want to keep playing.
I want to hit him in the face.
I hate that you have work tomorrow.
I hate that as well. Thank you all so much for watching. Tune in next time as Pure joins these people, probably
Oh yeah.
very, very helpfully, in a combat against a character who's only taken 12 points of damage so far.
That's how much I have left.
You're all gonna die!
We got healing potions, baby.
You're gonna want to take them. See you guys next time. Bye-bye!
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.